Welcome back, everybody, at Sport Federation TV. Of course, we carry on talking about sport in the province. Of course, the tentacles reach wide, all the way up to the Eden area. Well, in the Eden area, one of the sports that has been making a big name for itself is, of course, part of the Western Cape cycling structure. Specifically, in this case, we're talking about mountain biking. We've had mountain biking on the show before, and now we catch up with Marika Vreken. She's a mountain biking commissioner with Western Cape Cycling, specifically, of course, looking after mountain biking. Marika, welcome to Sport Federation TV.
Hello, JP. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Always glad to be speaking to our sport fraternity and finding out how things are going, especially all the way up in the Eden area. So welcome to Sport Federation TV. It's nice to have you along. Let's start at the beginning. Mountain biking, you are the one of the Western Cape Cycling mountain biking commissioners. Have I got that part right?
Yes, I'm the Western Cape Cycling. It's got quite a few regions, and I'm from the Eden region, the mountain bike commissioner.
Does every region have to have a commissioner?
That is the ideal. Not all have, but that's ideal. But
Yeah.
Eden is we jacked up and running and quite active in the mountain biking.
What does that mean?
As well.
What does it mean to be a commissioner? I mean, when we hear commissioners, we're thinking about something that is like in the legal framework.
Yeah. Yes, all sports are governed by the Department of Sport and from Western Cape, and then it filters down to the regions. So I'm looking after everything mountain bike, from the sanctioning of events with the Sports Body Cycling SA.
Yeah.
To if it comes to selection of mountain bike teams for the Western Cape, I'm involved in that. Events organizing, in this particular case, the Western Cape Cross Country Champs are going to be hosted in the Eden region. So I'm on the local organizing committee for this event. And we hope to attract all of Western Cape riders to Knysna and Eden.
You might just have answered one of my questions that I had. You've just mentioned the word cross country, because one of my questions was, I see on the mountain biking flyers and posters and everything, it says EXCO. Is that what it is? Cross country?
Yes. So what it's about, it's cross country, and the O is for Olympic. So cross country is the only acknowledged Olympic sport of mountain biking. You've got downhill racing, you've got enduro racing, you've got marathon racing, and then you've got cross country racing. So cross country is the only Olympic sport. And in the Western Cape, we've got two Olympians. The only Olympians from South Africa is in the Western Cape. We've got Alan Hatterley and we've got Candice Lill, who will be representing South Africa now in August in Tokyo.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, everybody's talking about the Olympics that's coming up now. I mean, I think we know that Team South Africa was announced now recently, or at least some of the team members, and we know that Sascock and Team South Africa this past Friday announced their kit. So we now know what our athletes are going to be looking like going to the Olympics.
Wow. Yeah, that's exciting. Green and gold. And so the cross-country mountain biking is raced in a lap format. So it's a very spectator-friendly, where marathon is raced from point to point over long distances. You've got a track of about 45 kilometers with various obstacles, steep uphills, single-track downhills, obstacles like rock gardens or gap jumps, technical features. So it tests the fitness as well as the technical bike handling skills of a rider.
We've got a video here that came in from mountain biking. Let's take a look at that. I'm assuming that we can get a good idea from exactly what it is you've just told us. Wow, well, that certainly looks quite spectacular, Marika. Is that the nature of the track across the province? Are those the kind of tracks that one would be cycling on?
Yes, that's some tracks look different because it depends on the terrain where the event is hosted.
Yeah.
For example, some areas might be more forest orientated. Some, for example, in the Karoo area would be drier, more rocky. Um, Depends on where the event is hosted. But yes, you've got a good selection of single track, jeep track, uphills, downhills, technical features.
So,
So
the 26th of June, you've got the Western Cape Marathon Champs. That's, of course, in the Eden area. Have I got that right?
no, that's the cross country champs.
The
The
cross
marathon
country
champs is
champs.
only in September. Yes,
So the
XCO.
cross country champs is coming up on the 26th of June. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes,
Now,
that's correct.
now just tell us about a little bit about that. How many people will be participating? Where will they all be coming from?
We hope to have all in all, so it would be riders all the way from the nippers. The nippers category are the littlies, kids 7, 8, 9 years old. So they'll be participating, and we'll have riders in the grandmasters category 60 and up. So it's the nice thing about this form of mountain biking, everyone can participate, from youngsters till the old experienced riders.
How do the
Um,
athletes practice for an event like this? Do you practice at home? Do you go on on the weekend and go up the mountain, or do you practice on a track?
yeah, yeah, you've got various forms of abilities that you need to of your fitness system to prepare for this kind of racing. So you need endurance because you're going to be riding for an hour and a half or more.
Right.
So you typically on a weekend do endurance ride on trails similar to these to practice your technical skills. You've also got to have a very good VO2 and anaerobic endurance because it's a fast up the hill and you can recover on a downhill, and it's a short burst of a sprint to get into a single track first, and then you'll recover a bit in the single track. So it's all different kinds of abilities. So you'll be practicing probably some indoors on your Zwift on online training. You'd be
Right.
riding endurance rides outside, or and then you need to practice your technical ability because the purpose of cross country racing is it's got to benefit the more technical riders.
And Marika, if people still want to enter the race, is it closed? Can that still be done?
No,
It's
this
now 7 days to
yeah.
go.
Entries are still open, and on the Entry Ninja website, just type in Western Cape XCO on Entry Ninja.
Entry
It's
Ninja,
all
okay.
online entries, and then it's entries closed the Wednesday before the event, which is if it's on the 26th or 23rd.
Right, right. And then
Yeah.
where the athletes that do well at this event, where do they go? Do they get to go to compete in a nationals and represent
Yes.
the Western Cape?
Yes, we're very excited about that. The national championships is in July in KwaZulu Natal, in on the Cascades track, and Western Cape will be selecting a team after this race. I mean, there has been 5 Western Cape Cup events. This is the prime event of the year for Western Cape, and based on the 5 events and this championship, a team will be selected to represent Western Cape. And
That's
Western Cape's
fantastic.
got the strongest mountain bikers.
Marika, we're going to say to you, well done and congratulations. And we're
Thank
looking
you.
forward to all of the athletes that are going to be there. It's been such a difficult time for sport, and just to know that you guys are out there and active, and looking at the video, wow, it just looks fantastic. I mean, we know how beautiful the Eden area is. It looks like the athletes are having so much fun out there. You're talking about bringing the nippers, which we assume don't come from life-saving, which are the nippers actually for mountain biking. And we say well done, and we're looking forward to all the pictures
Yeah.
and videos after the event.
Yeah. Thanks, JP. We're looking forward to hosting all of Western Cape's mountain bikers in Knysna and Eden. Thanks
Fantastic.
for the opportunity.
There we go, folks. Marika Vreken, she is, of course, the mountain biking commissioner for the Eden district, and they've got the Western Cape Cross Country Championships coming up on the 26th of June. Remember, if you're watching the show right now, she did say go to Entry Ninja to go and sign up if you still want to participate in that event. Of course, folks, for peace of mind, you can also know that Western Cape Cycling are very strict on COVID regulations. So all those matters have been taken care of by Western Cape Cycling. But that's fantastic. Great to see that Western Cape Cycling is doing so well. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we carry on talking about sport in the province. Back in a sec.